Hey everyone, it is Jack again with Toy Dojo, and today we're taking a look at the FansToys FT24 Rouge, or their take on a masterpiece styled Arcee. Taking a look at the box in front of us there, it's the classic FansToys black shiny box there. Nice artwork of Rouge on the front right there. Going to the side right here, you have her in her vehicle mode. Top and bottom are the same, it has this here. This other side shows her in her robot mode there with their two blasters. And then on the back, it's got a nice little bio that if you want to read, just go ahead and pause right now and read it. And then just some pictures of the figure itself with all the accessories that it comes with, and then different ways you can pose her. So there's that right there. All right, get the box out of the way. And look at the accessories that she comes with. So the first thing is, as a lot of third parties are doing now, she comes with this bio card right here. Pretty nice bio card. Nice credit card type with the same bio on the back right there and just the same product shots we saw on the box itself. Then she comes with her instruction booklet right here. Nice little instruction booklet, all in color. Tells you what to do on the steps, extend the backpack, open, all this here. So pretty decent. The instructions weren't too bad to follow, but there were some parts that even looking at it, I was like, eh. So I had to try to figure out myself. And so there's that. And speaking of instructions, speaking of instructions for this one, so if you guys thought that, what's his name, Cup, FansToys Cup, and I forgot what his name is, well, FansToys calls him, but if we thought that figure was difficult to transform, this one here is really difficult to transform. Like, she's got so many different parts and moves and this and that and the other, and I was like, holy cow, even with the instructions, it's a little bit difficult. So, you're in for a little treat, I guess, if you like difficult figures. All right, first accessory we're going to look at. This is going to be her replacement chest piece. If you wanted to replace the chest piece, this one is more of your classic, just like triangular type chest, whereas the one she has on is a little bit more curvy to make her look more feminine. So, but this is die-cast metal as well as the one that is on her, and we'll talk about it, change this out, when we get to the figure itself. Then she comes with two replacement hands / forearms. And we'll talk about why these are included there, because when you first look at it, you think that they're the same because they look the same, but there's one difference in here we'll talk about when the figure comes out. And then she comes with two guns. So the first gun here, I'm going to take it apart because I had to put together, is this one right here. So this is a nice pink blaster, just with some black detailing on like that. And so this one here turns into a rifle as well. So you take this, two extra pieces that it comes with. One is this pink tip right here. You slide that on right there. Put on the stock right here that goes onto the back of it. And now she's got a nice rifle that she can use to shoot some Decepticons right there. Automatic, I'm sure. And then her next gun is going to be this one right here, this little blaster she has. It's going to be gray with some black paint and some just little yellow highlights right there and on that side right there. So there are those two right there. And then she comes with many different faces. So the face she has on right now, to me anyways, looks exactly like this face right here. And when I bring her in, I'm going to bring this face back in to show you all. But this face right here looks just like the one that she has on right now as far as on the figure. Nice metallic blue eyes, I like that. I think the face sculpt is really nicely done. Nice on the lipstick there. So really good on this face here. Then she has one that's similar to that face right there. Only her eyes are way bigger. You can see the difference in the eyes. Right there. So aside from that, the mouth looks about the same. Yeah, the mouth over here looks a little bit smaller than this one here. But so again, nice metallic blue on those eyes right there. Then she has this one. Is kind of like maybe, I don't know, a talking or a screaming face. Right there. And this one she has, which is really cool. She has a red visor on. That's cool. I think that one looks cool right there. And then there's this one. What's going on with this one here? Why she's making that face? I don't know. I'll let you guys and gals figure that one out for yourself. But this is the extra face she comes with as well. So there you go. Those are the accessories that she comes with. And let's pull her in right over here. And there she is. So I know a lot of folks were waiting for this one to come out, as was I. I just thought, man, especially after what we saw from Toy World. Toy World's was decent in robot mode, but the car mode was absolute garbage. Didn't even have the backside of the car mode, so that one was just garbage. And I know a lot of people were waiting and just anticipating FansToys to make theirs. And you all know I'm a big FansToys fan. This figure here, I'm not going to say it's horrible, but it's not, by any means, it's not great. Let me adjust my camera. All right, I think it's a little better. So she's not perfect. She's good. Do I think she's great? No, I don't think she's great. We'll talk about it as we go along. My very first gripe, if I have one, is when I took her out of the box, the first thing I noticed were these here. And it is kind of, they're meant so you can adjust them. You can have them like that. You can put them, you know, however you want to. But the problem is that these that they're on, these hinges right here and these little bars are pretty loose. And so, like, I don't know, they just kind of, you know what I mean? Everything just kind of like flops. So these don't peg in anywhere right here. And I thought maybe that they were. I thought, well, maybe they just came out of the box that way. But I looked around and I was trying to figure out if there's anywhere I can peg these in somewhere. And there's just not. So there's no way, at least that I found, that these can peg in. They just kind of sit there on their back, which is okay, I guess, if you have her on the shelf. But I don't know. I just felt like they could have maybe did something a little bit better with those right there. So let's look at that face. So the face, like I said, I think looks just like the one that we saw a minute ago, which was this one right here. So I really couldn't see the difference in these two faces, to be quite honest. I thought, my fat finger's in the way. I thought these two faces were just about the same. So why they did that, I don't know. But either way, that's the thing I was talking about with the face right there. But overall, I mean, she's a decent looking figure. Like I said, this is, okay, so this is the chest piece here. This is die-cast metal. And you can see a difference in that. You know, she's got more of a bosom right here. You know, and you can see some curves right inside here. Versus the other one, which is just more like the triangular shaped version right there. So you can swap it out if you'd like. And just overall, I mean, she's got pink, gray, white here. She's got die-cast metal. Like I said, that's die-cast. I believe right here in the thigh, she has die-cast metal. Down on the feet, they're die-cast right here. The toes right here are die-cast. Right here feels like it's die-cast right here. So she's actually a pretty good weight for her size. And she's petite. You know, she's a fembot, so she's going to be petite. And let's see. Look at the back right there. A little QC sticker right there I forgot to take off. But let's open these up right there. You can see her back right there. So that kind of covers that up right there. You can see this, her windshield right here. And that part right there is going to be like her center console right there. Her tires do stick out of the back of her leg bends right there. So there's that. Another thing, and it's probably a minor gripe, is right here on the side. So that doesn't close. That's meant to be that way right there. And so I felt like, I don't know, something could have been better because that just looks kind of, I don't know, it just doesn't look too good, you know, being wide open like that. Little belly button right there with some little, I don't know, buttons right there on top of her belly button there. So again, decent, but far from being like, oh, perfect, great job, FansToys. Okay, so let's go ahead and just get into her articulation. So the head itself can move all the way around right there, and the head sculpt itself is cool. I mean, it's got her classic kind of Princess Leia looking side right here, and then the helmet there itself is, you know, is cool. So can move all the way around. She can look up a pretty decent amount. She can look down as well, a pretty decent amount. And then if you want her to get down even further, you can flip this up. That's her neck moving for transformation. But, you know, she looks down decent enough. You don't have to do that. So there's that. Coming over here to the arms, the shoulders themselves are on a ball joint, so that can move any which way you want them to move around like that. She's got an upper thigh swivel, or an upper thigh, an upper bicep swivel right there. Now the one thing that I don't understand why they did is this right here. There's a mushroom peg inside there, but they left it open, which I don't understand it because it serves no purpose. Down here, this one does, so she also has a swivel right here at the, probably like mid-forearm. And that serves a purpose because you can take these and pop them off just like this. and switched that out with one of the other ones she came with. And before we get into more articulation, let's just kind of point those out. So why she came with extra hands, again, right off the, when you're looking at them, they look to be like identical. Except for one small thing, and you can see it right there in the fingers. So the one that comes on her has this little bit of a protrusion right here. And what that's meant for is for both of her guns, and both hands are that way, that's why you get two of them. But both of the guns have a little groove right inside. Let me see if I can zoom in there. Right inside there, you can see that groove, if it'll focus. Focus there. Right there, that little groove. And so that's meant so that way when she holds her gun, it'll sit in there and she can hold it pretty well. So that just slides in just like that. And so now that gun will hold and it's not going to fall out. So I thought that was pretty cool, as far as for holding the gun. And then again, they give you this extra hand just to make sure you can swap it out if you don't want her have her holding it and don't like that little protrusion there. So those are those two extra hands are for. But for this, we're going to go ahead and leave this one on like that and just put this one back on. So like I said, for the forearm, I can understand why they did that. But as far as for the upper bicep swivel, I don't know why they did that. Coming to her, flip that around, come on. Coming to her elbow, she's got a double jointed elbow. You can go all the way up like this and kind of an elbow pad right there. Coming down to the waist, she has no waist rotation at all. And that's due because the way all this pegs in, so or not pegs in, but just kind of sits together. So that's into her back and that comes down to her waist. So there's really no way for it to rotate. But she does have, she can do little belly dances because her belly does, she can go side to side. So that's one thing she does have right there. Okay. Coming down to the legs right here, her legs can move forwards. They can move backwards. They can go out all the way. And that's the one thing, she's got a wide stance right there. She can do that. She can do, maybe she was jumping up to kick a guy, kick a bot. She's like, what? And she came in and kicked them maybe. So that's cool. Do that kind of a pose. So a lot of articulation right there in those legs. She has an upper thigh swivel, which I kind of said that earlier when I was talking about the biceps. So an upper thigh swivel right there. Coming down to the knee, that's not a swivel right there. That's actually meant for transformation purposes. But she does come down to the knee, and her knee can bend up, or her leg can bend backwards, like if she has a double jointed knee, where the wheel is right there. Coming down here to the foot, she has a rotation right at the ankle right there. She has a rocker on that ankle as well, and go side to side. And she's got a foot tilt, go forward and backwards, all the way down like that. And then she's got a toe tilt as well. So plenty of articulation and posability in this figure. That is the one thing I will say that they did give her, is plenty of posability. So that's cool. Let's take this gun out of her hand. All right, get that off to the side right there. Again, these just annoy me. And even if I wanted to like peg these two together right here just to get them closed, they won't peg in because like this peg and that peg do not go together. That's meant for car mode. So you cannot peg these in even if you wanted to, just kind of get them off her or on her back and just peg them in. So that doesn't work either. So you sit them any way you want. These are made out of die cast this year. I forgot to say that, but that's made out of metal as well. So overall, just a good looking figure. Again, just not perfect, I don't believe. Got her flaws, like many figures do. But if anybody's looking for a perfect one, this won't be it. Maybe somebody else can make one that's better. Who knows? I know Tour World tried. They failed. So, all right, let's bring in some bots to compare her with and see how tall she is. All right, I'm going to start off with MP10. So you can see how tall she is next to MP10. It's a pretty good size. Like I said, she's a pretty tall figure. I mean, for her being a fembot, she's pretty tall. So coming up to MP10s. Top of her helmet comes to maybe this part of the chest right there on MP10. So there's that. Bringing in some movie bots. There is her buddy there, Cup, right there. And she's almost as tall as Cup is. That's FansToys Cup. So she's almost as tall as he is. So again, just to kind of show that she is a pretty good size. So there is the Cup. Put Cup off there. Here she is with Masterpiece Hot Rod. And she's taller than Masterpiece Hot Rod. You can see that right there. Put him off to the side. Here she is next to the FansToys Perceptor. Comes up to about his shoulder right there. Perceptor, you're going to go off to the back. Here she is next to the KFC Junkion Retgar right there. So just bringing her in with different movie bots right there. Again, comes up to about his shoulder, roughly. Retgar, you can go to the back right there. Here she is with the FansToys Springer right there. Take a look at them together. And that looks pretty cool. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you guys think that's maybe about the right height for her. She comes up to about right at the underside of his arm right there. So that looks pretty good together. And then lastly, let's bring in, you're stabbing people over there, Magnus. And Magnus is a huge guy. So let's kind of pick this up just so you can see. So on Magnus, she comes up to her head, maybe about mid-forearm to Magnus. So there she is next to some movie bots, just to kind of show what she looks like next to all of them. Let's see. And there's part of the movie cast right there. All right, let's get these guys out of the way, and let's go on. All right, let's get into switching out the face. So it's real easy. All you do is you pick up this helmet right here, like that, and that's doing part for transformation as well. And then the face, just pop this off. You're just going to pull on the face from the top, and that pops off. And that just pegs in right there with those two pegs, right into the back of the face. So let's grab this face, the one that I was like, I just don't understand why they have this face on here. And you just slide that in right there. And then you get that face right there. So real easy to switch out the face. Not difficult at all. Then to switch out the chest piece, you would pick this piece up like this. And then you can see here on this one here, these two screw holes. So all you simply have to do is unscrew these here, take that chest off, put this one on, screw them back in, then you'll have this chest piece right there. All right. That's that. Let's see if there's anything else to talk about as far as robot mode. Like I said, a lot of our good articulation, just not the cleanest looking. Okay, let's go ahead and get into transformation. All right, let's get started. And one thing worth mentioning, I think, this wheel rolls okay. And all the wheels are rubber, so that's a rubber wheel. But this one doesn't roll too well at all. And I thought if I loosened the screw a little bit, it would help, but I loosened it all the way, close to taking it out, and it didn't help any. So I don't know if that's going to be a problem with all of them or just this one. But it rolls, but just not as smoothly as this one here. So just thought that was something worth mentioning. All right, transformation. We're going to start here by popping these off of the body right here, the arms. So just kind of get your fingers there, and that just opens up right there, just like that. So that side, and then this side over here, which at first can be a pain in the neck because they're pegged in so well that they're hard to get out. And let's see here. And one thing that happened the last time, it didn't happen this time surprisingly, when I was taking the arm off or unpegging this, one of these popped off. I can't remember if it was this one or this one here. Right here at that joint that I said, I don't know why they had that. So I don't know if that's why, because they found that would pop off or not, but I think that should have been just closed off. So I don't know what the reasoning was for it. I think, again, they should have just changed it up, but whatever. Anyways, all right, so pop the arms open like that. We're going to unpeg the chest right here, pull that up, and then unpeg the back piece right here, which is going to be the front end of the car, just like that. And then we can start right here on these. So open this up. This kind of remind me of the Masterpiece Seekers. You take this, rotate this one down, and you gotta get this piece up here too. Down and around like that. And then same thing over here, take this one down and around like that as well. Okay. We can go ahead and pop the tires out now. So when you look at it, there's this little metal piece that you're just going to slide up, and it sits in that little notch right there. So the instructions tell you just to pull it up, and it should slide right in. That one does. I think it was this one that didn't. And watch it do it for me and make me into a liar. But I'll just pull it up right here by this metal piece. Now see, it doesn't just go up by itself. Like, it won't stay. So what I found is you have to just push on the tire a little bit, like pull it in, and then it'll pop into place like that. There's that. Next thing, let's go ahead and do, we're gonna go ahead and rotate this piece here. And I hate that this is all floppy. This is just all floppy. You know, I wish they would have just made it a little bit tighter, but it's not gonna bother anything. It just bothers me when I'm transforming it. This here is gonna have to rotate with this piece right here. So you can see this portion right here is like on a sliding mechanism right there. So take that, and you're gonna slide it. Which way does it slide? It's probably better if I slide from here. Yeah, it's gonna slide all the way up, just like that. So see that, slide that up, and then that way you can start rotating this piece around, like, come on, man. You start rotating this piece right there. So you get that, rotate that out, and that comes out just like this, and then that kind of snaps into place right there. Steering wheel, you want to just take this up and kind of rotate this right there, and this part's floppy too, so a lot of this stuff is just really floppy. That obviously is just because of this joint right here, but like even this little piece here where the center console is real wobbly, but I think it's that way because you have to have some clearance to get the steering wheel out of the way. So instructions tell you to turn it just like so, and then flip that steering wheel up towards the windshield like that. And then flip it to where the center console is facing up. Basically her butt's gonna be facing towards the windshield, up in that manner. Then up here on the top, you're gonna take the headpiece, flip it down like this. So take it, flip it like this. And then right under here, there's, I'll pull this out too. There's this right here. You flip this piece out like this. And these two peg holes are going to go into those two pegs that are right there. So take this up, flip it up, and then peg that right into there. And now you're having the front end of the car coming together now. Alright, let's get this stuff up out of the way. You can do the, guess we can mess with the arms right now, and then we'll get this mess. This, I hate that piece right there. Putting it together, or putting it back together, is a little challenging, but getting it apart, kind of, but not really. So, take the arms, you're going to fold them in like this, and rotate it down like so. Take this arm, fold it in, come on, fold in. And you want to rotate these right here at that upper bicep right there. Rotate it at the upper bicep so that way it's sitting just like this. You know what, I have that wrong. You actually have to rotate them inwards. Still having this bend right there like that. So rotate these inwards. So she's kind of doing like a Hadouken Street Fighter. Or Kamehameha, Goku, whatever. So do it like that, okay? And then you want to take this, you're going to work this double hinge on the elbows, and you can just go ahead and flip open her head too, because it's going to have to be like that for transformation. So get her head flipped open like that. You can do this later on if you want to. Just do it right now, it makes it a little bit easier on the hands. And then get these double jointed elbows to where it's kind of flattens out her arms just like that. Just like that, okay? Same thing over here. Get them flattened out like so. And then you want to rotate these hands so that way they're facing, the fingers are going to be facing outwards of the car. So rotate them at that joint. Rotate this one, the same. Like that. And their hands are going to kind of be going out like this. Okay, that's going to have that there. All right, so now we're going to work on this piece right here. So just flip open this one here. We'll do it on both sides. We'll kind of do them at the same time. So flip that open like that. And you got to pop this piece out right here. This is all the innards. So this is going to be the inside, like the back section of the vehicle is going to be inside here, plus the top back end there. So get this and kind of slide this arm this way as you're pulling this stuff. Or is it pulling it this way? No, slide it this way. And then kind of just pop all this stuff out like, come on, man. Let's start getting this here. Yeah, slide it down this way. Here we go. See, it's a pain in the neck. Like, even just getting it out sometimes can be a pain because of this arm right here. So get that out like that. Once you get that out, then this stuff will kind of also come out like this. You got one that slides out like this, and then the other one that flips down right here like that. And that brings all this stuff out. And now you got this piece right here, okay? Over here, this is gonna peg in. You got a peg there, peg slot there, peg hole there, peg there. Take all that, flip this down, pick that up there, and just peg everything in right there. Fold that out, that's the actual seat. I got blurry for some reason. Peg that all in like that. Now you got one side of it done. And the last part to do on this is you got to take this piece right here, and this right here is going to be the top right here. So there's a peg that's right there. That's going to go into that peg hole right there. And this one is going to slide right behind this wheel well right there. So the way you do that is this little arm right here is going to have to bend down and kind of stick out underneath the wheel, like so. Okay. Now my first thought was, well, that's going to rub against the floor whenever I'm trying to roll it, but it doesn't. And I hate when that does that. Be careful when you're doing that not to knock this wheel back in, because that can happen. And then you guys sit there and try and get it out again. Let's see. There we go. All right. So it looks like it's going to rub, but it's not. The wheel has enough, gives it just enough clearance so that way it doesn't rub against it. So you got one side there. Let's go ahead and work on the other side right here. Do the same thing over here. And just getting this piece out. The instructions do say, like, pull this out while going across this arm. So just get all this stuff out. I think it was this way I went with it, yeah. Pull all this stuff out like this. Bring this arm across as well. And so see, this is what I mean. She's a little difficult to transform. They really, I don't know, they really put a lot of engineering into this that I just don't understand. But then again, I'm not a toy engineer, so, maybe if I was, I'd understand it. All right, so again, pull all this stuff out. Pull this one out here. Flip this one around like that. And get this out of the way. And just flip everything up just like so, okay? So you got that, and then this one again, you're gonna fold this stuff over right here. Pull out the little seat piece, that's up. That pegs in right there, like that, okay? And then this stuff right here, you're just gonna take these, those are gonna fold in and just sit in there like that on both sides, just like that, okay? Now that we got that, we can take this stuff here, and that can kind of just sit in right here just for now to get it locked up and out of the way. All right, so because this part again is just so specific, you want to take a look at that. You want to make sure you have it just like this. I mean, it says in instructions you got to have it just in this angle here, like that, like that, like that. So if you're using this to transform your figure, just kind of look at that, knowing that that's the front tire there, and that's the way that's got to look in order for it to kind of all peg together right there. And then the tire went back in, of course. Let's get that back out. Come on. Dude, come on, man. All right. You get that pegged back in right there. Again, that's going to come up, sit right there, and then now you're kind of having the front end of the vehicle all squared away. Okay. Next part we got to worry about is getting her bottom portion done. All right. Make sure all this is just squared away right here before we start working on the bottom part of her. It goes out like that. Okay. So now, remember, you want the belly to be facing the bottom of the vehicle. All right. And what we're going to do now is we want to pull on the waist right here. That's going to pull completely from her pelvis area right there. And then these as well are going to pull right here, just like that, okay? And then down here, the same, it'll stop doing that, we'll pull down just like that, okay? So pull, pull, and that way you got this like that, all right? So now what's gonna do is you gotta rotate the thigh like this to where these two screws are facing now her front area, and then rotate it like that, same. You gotta make sure that these here at the hips, these are kind of pushed all the way in, just like that. Okay, so if you had them out, push them all the way in to where you almost have like no gap. The way there's like there's a gap right here, so push it in enough to where you really don't see like a whole gap right there. Okay, almost to where the thighs are touching right there. And then these legs are going to go and they're gonna flip upwards here. You know what? My phone's gonna die. Give me a second. Let me get a charger. All right. So then down the feet, you're gonna rotate the feet right there like this. Rotate them outwards like so. And then now these are gonna fold up right here, making use of a double, kind of a double joint right there. So once and twice right here. And then kind of tilt the toe in a little bit, because that's gonna kind of sit in this recessed spot of her right there. So you're sitting on this side here, fold it up. And don't worry if this all comes apart, because you can fix all this later. Get all that like that. And these are gonna sit right inside here like so. Okay. Now, over here, you want to flip these open like that, and flip this one open like this, because what's going to do, or what that's going to do, is going to allow these pieces here to sit right inside there, and sit that piece right inside there. Okay. And also up here, take these two that are right here, these gray pieces right here, and also flip those open. So flip it, flip it. Now what those are going to do is you're going to get, that's going to peg into that pink one there, and this pink one here will peg into that gray one right there. That way we can get her all secured up into the body. So get all this. Again, that part's going to slide into there. I'm getting this one again into this one into here. That's going to open up. Let it go into there. This part will go into that part. Actually, these got to fold down. It's got to come up. Snap that together like that. And let's get this leg, and then again, push that into there like that. And come up here to this part, take these pieces here and peg them one into there, and then this one into this side right here. And then just kind of get everything and just smash it all together. And these here, those don't really peg in. You can see there's some screw holes there, but that'll kind of sit right there, so that way it doesn't really, the foot doesn't move a lot. So you can get that, sit that there. That one, I just push that right there. And that, for the most part, not for the most part, because that is the transformation here for Rouge. Now, it's a bit of a process, and to be honest, the final outcome, I just don't think it's all that impressive. I mean, it's a good-looking sports car, don't get me wrong. Let's kind of get her down here. You know, it looks like her from her cartoon self. However, the underside is ugly. I mean, you can clearly see she's a robot hiding underneath there. You can see her head, you can see her hands, her arms, all that stuff. You can see her legs, everything. You can see all that right there. So, not very well hidden. But the biggest thing for me is right here. You know, I'm looking at the car mode, so you can see her feet right there clearly. And you got all this gap right there. The seat, I think maybe they could have, since that just folds over that, they probably should have maybe made that look more like a seat. Maybe with some lines like this to kind of fill that in instead of just having it look like that. I think that was a little bit poor on their part. But the vehicle mode itself, I mean, it's, again, it's nice. This too, I don't like this up here, the way this kind of sits. That's the way it's supposed to be done. You You know, again, something right here. Why do we have to have these kind of just open like that? I just think it looks ugly. Nice translucent blue right there. Windshield's a nice color as well. Some nice lighting back here on the back. And all this fits in together really well. I'm just, you know, I haven't snapped it all in really well. But I mean, it holds together well. Everything kind of sits in well. But again, this right here bugs me. This right here really bugs me, I think. And then, like I said, the seats, they could do something better than that. I don't know, just all the hard work that it took to transform this thing. And then, you know, we're left with this. It just, for me, is a little disappointing. You guys may think differently. But I don't know. I just don't think it's you know, ooh, wow, you know, great. So, and because those wheels, I mean, she would roll well if those wheels would roll, but they just don't. Like this wheel, again, is stuck. So it doesn't really roll well. These roll well. This one even too is a little bit squeaky. But it's this one here that doesn't really roll too well at all. So she would roll if those wheels didn't get stuck like that. Let me get something in here to match her size. All right, I didn't have anything really transformed up into alt mode, so I'm bringing in the Masterpiece Sideswipe mode, the G2 Sideswipe, just to kind of give you an idea of how they compare. So she's a little bit longer than he is right here at the nose, from tail to nose right there. Width-wise, he's a little bit wider than she is, but so she's just about the size of a Masterpiece Sideswipe. Here is this piece of garbage right here from the, whatever that line is, that Jazz. So you can see there she's a little bit bigger than he is too. And then here is my alternators Sideswipe, just to kind of show you, again, what she looks like next to different vehicles. And then I'm just gonna, just because I have him up on the shelf and I love him, there she is next to the FansToys grinder. Let's pull that back. So, you know, she turns really compact. I mean, she was a pretty tall bot, and then when she transformed, you know, she's a decent sized little car there. So, anyways, there she is. Final thoughts again. I mean, she's an okay figure. I don't think she's great. I don't think she's like, oh man, like that's going to be the ultimate one. I think somebody later on down the line may come out with a better one than her. The robot mode looks good. There's a few things, like I said, in the robot mode that I really didn't care about. But ultimately, to have her on your shelf, and does she look like a nice looking Arcee? Yes, I think she does. If you don't fiddle with, you know, like I said, the backpack piece, you know, that's a little fiddly, you know, but on your shelf, she's going to look just great. Car mode, again, just not that impressed. So anyways, you guys let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you think I'm being too hard on this figure, or do you think, you know, what I was saying was accurate? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. As always, I'll put a link in the description below. If you want to order this from Toy Dojo, I'll put a link in the description to their website. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. As always, until next time, stay safe.